What's my fantastic squad? It's your boy SatAttack. When y'all see a title, man, but Cenat's friend made a huge mistake by the boy Fargo, man. And I love to do this video, but I think I reacted to a couple of his videos before he commented on one of them, so he a real one. But we're gonna check this out, man. Road 2K just dropped this an hour ago. I'm curious to see what happened to his friend, because this was like a little big thing like a couple months ago. So I'm kind of curious what is going on with him. Like that sexual assault.
At the beginning of this year, Cenat made more headlines, but for all the wrong reasons. At the beginning of this year, Cenat made more headlines, but for all the wrong reasons. On January 5th, he was publicly
thank you, the point of DG and how freaking watch 20 minutes of them arguing
in a police investigation involving his friend Jiggy Sek, who allegedly essayed a woman at Kai's New Year's Eve party. The name of this woman is Jovi Pena. Jovi, who goes by the name Jovilicious on Twitter, detailed the incident in a lengthy thread. She claims that Sek, who goes by the name Jiggy, essayed her in the upstairs bedroom during the party and provided screenshots of text messages with Kai, who appeared surprised, implying that he was trying to protect his friend. Kai directly addressed these accusations on January 8th during the Twitch stream. He talked about his friendship with Jiggy, whom he's known since high school, but he sympathized with Jovi and says that he's not taking sides.
I'm not defending anybody. I don't know what happened. I am in the same boat as my viewers. I'm in the same boat as y'all. I don't know what the happened. But let me go ahead and say something. The person that's associated with me, I knew this guy. I'm not defending him once again. I knew this guy for a very long time. We went on multiple trips. You feel what I'm saying? Never was this. He's not that type of person. I'm not saying shit didn't happen. I'm not saying none of that. I'm not defending nobody, because, bro, the way she was crying to me on that phone, bro, I'm here to help.
Many people were curious as to why Kai remained silent, and he added that his legal team advised him to not issue any text messages or public statements about the matter.
Makes sense.
They did give him the green light to speak about it during the stream. I personally think that defending your friend publicly after you said yourself that you didn't know what happened that night is a bad look. He could have very well committed this crime. There are many convicted people who...
I get where he's coming to. I get where Kai's coming from. I think I said it in that video I reacted to. That's your homeboy. I'm not gonna say you're gonna get, like, if you know him like through and through, like my best friend and shit, and he get accused of that, I'm gonna talk to him and shit. You feel me? Of course I'm not coming on the internet and shit, but I don't know, bro. You just can't see your best friend or your friend. I don't know if your best friend, but you can't really see your friend doing some shit like that. If you hung out with him a few times, you know, like, that shit's crazy.
Seem like quote unquote that kind of person.
So I get he's in the middle, but like, I don't know, bro.
Kai said that he was just
I don't know if that made sense, but I doubt it did.
Coming off as neutral, but in the same breath defends his friend. The correct thing to do would have been to address the accusations surrounding himself alone and say that it was being handled privately.
Because if you know your boy, you probably gonna give benefit of the doubt, but you gotta like listen, like you gotta like get all the evidence first. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit crazy.
Fast forward to as recent as a few days ago.
You'll get a benefit of the doubt, but if he did do it, you cut, like, this shit's over with, bro. Because the shit that he's getting accused for is fucking nuts, bro. So if any of my friends did that shit, bro, that's crazy. Like, we done, bro. Like, the fuck?
He responded to all the accusations surrounding his name and made a Twitter account dedicated to proving his innocence. Before I saw this new information, I was very much on the fence because there had not been any type of update as far as the case or anything in a few months. I'm never the type to jump to conclusions, but we're all human, so it's natural for us to have an opinion. The biggest part of his evidence was a video showing him and Jovi allegedly having relations, and he broke down this video in detail. When I first saw this
I haven't seen it.
Video that I mentioned earlier, I thought of two potential scenarios that could have gone down that night. One, Jovi was essayed by Jiggy in a room that she felt safe in. Or two, Jovi and Jiggy agreed to go to that room together. Jovi gave Jiggy consent at one point and took it away. Jiggy didn't care and committed essay. I'm never the type to stand on one side until everything is done and over with.
That's what I'm saying, but if that's your friend, you won't, like,
quote-unquote court of public opinion doesn't do this, and I completely understand why. When it comes to situations like this, the victim tends to tell the truth more than not, so I get it. However, in these kind of cases, the truth is almost never revealed or never gets taken to court. These are my thoughts on Jiggy's actions. I understand that you went public to clear your name, but the smart move was to handle this in court because this may turn into a whole nother case. I'm not sure how the courts classify this kind of thing, but this is not a very good idea in my opinion. As for the recording, which I'm obviously not going gonna show y'all,
better
break
arrest
down
him,
what's
boy.
going on and point out things that relate to this being consensual in an attempt to clear your name. What I don't think you realize is that even if this was consensual in that moment, and that's a big if, a 10-second clip doesn't prove that this whole situation was consensual. She could have taken away consent before, after, or during the full recording, which would have made you wrong either way.
As you all could see, I'm in a back shots position. I'm not forcing anything. It's literally being thrown at me. My hands are not pinning her down. They're up. She has more time and opportunity to get up. Her knees are also bent on the bed. We're on the same level. I'm not forcing anything. Her hands are straight forward, and boom, she's not sleeping. She said I was on top of her when she woke up. That's a lie.
It's not like I want to see the video based on the potential context behind it, but if your goal was to clear your name or prove your innocence, this was not the way to do it. It's kids online making memes and stuff saying he came back from 3-1 and they believe that he really, beat these allegations, but anyone with a brain in their head is going to be like, yo, this is not a solid argument. Like, one little 10-second video is just not going to do it. Like, it's so many other, context that you have to have for that situation, and this is why we let the cops do their job. All this video shows us evidence of something taking place, but in no way, shape, or form does this prove that it was entirely consensual. Another thing that caught me off guard was how Jiggy used Jovi's old tweets relating to sexual things and old Facebook posts to imply
I'm sorry, I'm not reading any of this shit, bro. I'm sorry.
Posting these provocative things online, which he called
I'm not
questionable,
fucking on English class right now, bro.
showed her intentions.
I know it's probably huge in the video. I should be reading all this shit, but I'm sorry.
Younger, or in the past, or if it was somebody in her family, because we shared a lot of this years prior to the party, saying stuff like she can't trust her own family. But it's definitely one or the other, because majority of these posts were made years ago. I don't know which one is true, but it has to be one of them. She also talks about how she acts with just a little bit of alcohol in her system, even calling herself a casa mijo. What does that even mean?
That's crazy.
Are you a hoe off the casa?
That's crazy.
This next one definitely threw me off completely. What do you mean drunk you and sober you are two different people and you shouldn't suffer for her consequences? What is it? Even mean?
The big problem I have with this is that it sounds more like justifying than proving his innocence. And these are all general posts and tweets that he's pulling up. I can't even lie, this sounds like victim blaming. This post did nothing but hurt his argument. All it did was insinuate that she probably went through trauma when she was younger, says provocative things
So
online.
this case or whatever hasn't even started yet. Like when they gonna get into court and shit, bro?
And that she drinks a lot. She could be an alcoholic and have quote-unquote thought tendencies, but it doesn't equal consent, nor does it justify what happened. Remember that consent can be given and taken away at any moment. When you're drunk, there is no consent given. Alright, so one thing I won't do is completely deny that SA took place, because none of us know what truly happened outside of Jovi and Jiggy. What I will do is talk about some things that led to people discrediting Jovi. One, people are saying that Jovi changed her story multiple times. In the original thread, Jovi says that she was in fact drunk and fell asleep in a room that Kai said was safe. In that very same thread, she responded to a deleted comment by saying that she wasn't wasted at all, but just very tired. 2. Jovi says that she woke up with Jiggy on top of her, and people are using that 10-second clip to say that she was lying. They are also saying that she was wide awake based on how she was positioned and the fact that she moved her head in the video. 3. Jovi said herself that she let Jiggy off the hook multiple times, even after the video was sent out to someone she knew. I've seen many people saying that Jovi's actions are unusual for a victim and wonder why she quote-unquote let him off the hook and never decided to take him to court until the infamous video was posted. 4. Jovi says she knew Jiggy had the video before he posted it, so people are accusing her of lying about everything and created the theory that she lied because she was ashamed of them sleeping together. 5. Jovi said that she would have forgiven Jiggy if he just said sorry through messages. Everything I explained earlier really made me question Jiggy's side, but then again, this has to be settled in court with all evidence presented. Let's just hope that same evidence doesn't get tampered with or lost. Yeah, I know the court doesn't always get it right, but that same court system has given justice in the past. I'd much rather rely on the information presented by professionals than some Twitter lawyers. After seeing Jiggy's response, I'll say that it's not some sort of irrefutable evidence or any sort of undeniable proof.
Started. I know that should be taking so long to start shit, bro.
It would have been a better decision to let the same lawyers who gave you the green light to post these to handle it off of social media. Once Kai made his public statement, all new evidence should have been held to be shown in court. Let me know what you think about this whole...
This video didn't even... I thought it was gonna be like them starting and shit, so... I thought we were gonna get some crazy. So it's pretty much him saying she lying. But hey, man, Road 2K, like, of course you're gonna say she lied. You feel me? That's all he has. His whole reputation is done, bro. But Road 2K, man, check out Fargo's channel. He's lit. But Road 2K, man, wanna check some other shit out. But yeah, like I said, bro, I get where Kai's coming. He's neutral until the shit plays out. You know, cause you not gonna just like, you can't expect your boy to be like doing shit like that. So you can't like just automatically side with the female. But even though that's a crazy ass accusation, but yeah, you gotta let that shit play out. If he did what she said he did, that's tough, bro. We done. But Road 2K, man, I'm out.